All right, ladies, how do we overcome self-criticism so that we don't pass it on to our kids? Well, I have two answers to that are going to seem a little contradictory. One of them is it is very important to recognize, especially if you have daughters, but even with your sons, it's important to recognize that the way you're actually talking to yourself, the standards you're holding yourself to, and the way you interact with yourself isn't just a personal experience. It is an example that shows these children who come to this world fresh, ready to be programmed, and they are seeing your programming. And they don't have as much experience in the world yet to question it and to say, well, that's not how everyone does it. They just think that's how it's done. And so be careful, because they see the times when, maybe you forget something. Instead of just smiling it off, you go, what's wrong with me? They notice those moments. They notice if you're hard on your body. They notice if you're not liking your body, and you're rejecting your body, and you're worried about whether or not people think you're fat. They notice all of those things. And so first of all, it's time to heal that in yourself, because you don't want to keep passing this on. Now, I said I had two answers that are kind of contradictory. The second answer is, say you have done some of that programming. Say you have passed it on. Time now for grace. You can continue to pass on that problem by being all hard on yourself for passing on the problem. Or you can recognize that we all have experiences that were difficult, that brought challenges in, that made it so it was hard for us to get past certain things, and that sometimes those are actually our biggest gifts. So I'm never proposing you intentionally give your kids problems, but I am proposing that maybe it's not the end of the world. There are some problems you passed on, and that maybe that can become their greatest gift, that that's the challenge and the friction that they need to grow in the way that they need to grow. Because at the end of the day, the kids are yours for a reason. They are in your family. I would never submit that you possess them, so I shouldn't say yours, but they are with you for a reason. So they're there to learn from you, with you, not just from all the great things you teach them, but from also some of the friction that you create in their life. Children need friction to grow. Everyone needs friction to grow. And so again, I never submit that you intentionally cause them problems, but when you see that you have passed on something that's suboptimal, some grace is allowed, and maybe you can get curious and say, I wonder how the universe, how God, how life is going to turn this into something beautiful, because life always does. So let me know how that sits. Have a beautiful day.